Welcome to yet another edition of the Know Your Alumni series. The series is an initiative taken by the Alumni Relations Cell of Shriram College of Commerce. It celebrates the journeys of SRCC alumni who have made a profound impact, not just as professionals, but also as storytellers, innovators, and change makers. Today, we are delighted to feature Miss Loveleen Kaur. She is our alum from the class of 2014 and she's extremely talented. She has got a passion for storytelling and a flair for brand communication. Currently, she is the content and creative lead for the brand pillars. Thank you. Welcome, Loveleen. Welcome back to SRCC.
Thank
So
you.
how did you feel today walking through the corridors?
I think I was once again grateful for the whole, this what this college has given us. This is
So which
exactly
course did you join, Lovely?
so I actually joined BCom Honors in 2009, graduated in 2012,
All right.
and then joined the Global Business Operations.
Oh, wow. So you are our debut alum.
Yes, as well. So that I graduated in 2014, and so that's what my SRCC journey is. Not 3 years like everyone else, 5 years.
Wow. Yeah. So you are definitely a prize alum.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope so.
Gosh, believe me. All right. So, Laveen, you remember how you felt just before joining the college?
I think like everyone else, probably once you have done your board exams,
Yeah.
you know you've done well.
Correct.
If you're coming to SRCC, if you're coming to SRCC, if it's even in your plan A,
Yeah.
then you know that you've done well. But there's always a plan B. You need to have plan C. I remember, I think I also gave law exams, the CLAT exams at that time, because
Okay.
you want to have everything, in place. But I'm just so grateful that plan A worked out and I got into SRCC. And I was able to, I in fact wanted to do eco honors.
Oh, and just economics here.
Yeah, because economics was my obsession in school.
Okay.
I was just so much in love with it.
All right.
But then my sister-in-law had joined me when we were filling the forms here.
Okay.
And she said, why don't you take BCom honors? You have a lot more things to explore. And I really love her. And she's also very well-read and very well-spoken person. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. Fine, okay. And it also goes because I had gotten 98 in economics and not 100 in board exams. So it was like a little, inside my mind, not so good. I'm like a little with
90 degree economics is, yeah, I'm good.
so I did. So I was like, I will fine. I'll take BCom honors, and I'm just so grateful for that I did that, and the whole thing turned out so well for me. It's been a journey with its ups and downs, but I'm nothing but grateful right now.
Okay. So, Laveen, how was your first day?
I think the first day was super exciting for me because it was also the first day that I got my own phone. And because at that time we didn't have smartphones in 2009, but I got a Sony Walkman phone of my own, and I used to travel from Faridabad.
Yeah.
It was also sort of the first day when suddenly you become like you're no longer a kid.
Yeah.
Your parents, my mom is like,
Step out.
go.
Yeah.
I went for the orientation with you, and now you have to go there every day. I'm going to go there with you. So I think a sense of independence that you get, that a college gives you. And of course, when you, enter this college, you think you're topped school and everything, and you see 600 other people who have topped school. So it suddenly gives you a reality check,
Right.
and it humbles you down like anything. The sense of your own self that you develop over the next 3 years. I just don't think it's very rare. Some institutions are able to give you that. And everyone here, they have put in the efforts. They are as hardworking as you, maybe sometimes not as privileged as you,
Right.
but as hardworking as you. And even those who are extremely privileged, they are also hardworking. They have also put in the efforts. So
The
the
cream of the
the
cream.
cream of the cream is here, and the cream of the cream when it comes to putting in the efforts is here. So it humbles you down like anything, and it also becomes. It gives you in my professional life. It has really helped me because I enter the room now knowing that I probably am not the smartest person in this room. I know that at least 600 people know others are. It's
Absolutely.
always in the back
I
of my mind.
understand what you are trying to do.
So you are always open to listen. You become a better listener. You hear the other person out. You respect the other person, the value that they bring. And when you do that, the collaboration happens at a scale that probably somebody who has an ego, somebody who's like, okay, I know myself, I know a lot of this, that person will not be able to do that.
So the message that you are giving is very, very, it's actually very important.
Yeah.
Neither underestimate yourself nor overestimate yourself.
Yes, absolutely. Because you also know
You end up doing the right thing.
yes, you do. Because you are you and when I say that you know that there are 600 other people who are as good as you, it you also know that I am amongst those 600 people. So capability is not a problem.
Right.
But
But
I know
the only one.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
So I have to constantly upskill myself. I have to constantly make sure that I am adding things to my skill set. I still read every day. I am always doing some or the other course to, something or the other. Because it's important to, do the upskilling. It's very important to do that.
Absolutely.
Else, the rest of the 599 people will just go ahead.
Yeah. That's what. Yes.
So that's what the 3 years.
So tell us about your batchmates.
The batchmates.
The friendships you formed here, the bonds that you developed here. So are you still in touch,
Yes. So I made 3 friends here. I made, of course, a lot of friends, but the 3 friends
You are very
who
close.
are very close.
Okay.
I've gone to all of their weddings. See, the thing is, these people who are sitting beside you in those wooden benches in classrooms, you are going to become the favorite aunt and uncle of their kids in the future.
Oh, wow. I love it.
It's no longer just going to be about friendships. It's going to evolve into the relationship of siblings.
That's really cool.
They are, so I've got 3 friends, Himani, Nidhi and Shalini, and Himani's kid calls me Masi. Doesn't call me auntie, right? Because the relationship evolved into that. I am extremely grateful for the 3 of them. And they have been one of the key blessings, in my life that I got out of SRCC. But one other thing that I'd like to probably mention here that I was mulling about some days ago is that I don't know how how else to put it, but the people that you meet here, when you go out, the friends that you make here, they will not judge you for chasing excellence. I'll explain a little bit. When you go out, you meet, all sorts of people, your colleagues, socially you meet people.
Right.
Everyone has different set of motivations. Everyone has different sort of aspirations, dreams. The sort of aspirational thing that this college gives you, all the people who go out of there, they know the value of it. They know the value of excellence because we have tasted it once. Now, we know the value of excellence and we know that effort is required to get that value. So they don't judge you for chasing excellence. Whenever I'm doing something really,
That's the norm here.
that's the norm here. And I know that excellence is not going to be given to me on a plate, or I'm not just going to get lucky. I will get lucky.
Have to work.
I will get the opportunities, but am I building my capabilities?
Yeah. You have to work hard.
You have to put in the effort. You have to put in the hours so that you are capable enough, so that when opportunity strikes, you are capable, magic happens. they are always cheering you up. And I just don't see that happening with, the people I meet outside, colleagues or socially. This thing, is very typical of uh, your batchmates. Yes, sir.
So what was your favorite hangout spot if from the camping?
Ifats. I don't know. It could be 50-degree, hot outside, and that tree just in front of it, fans there would still be wind, and we would sit, there, have the, the tea, have whatever we wanted, but there would still be wind. There would still be a breeze. I don't know how, and it has just remained one of the Maggie there, the bhajia patty there. I refuse to have bhajia patty here. Yes, I just don't get it. It hampers my memory, and I'm like, no, I will not have it. I will just have it when I'm there. So that is, one. But I also, I think my first class was on the right side of the Xerox lawns. So Xerox lawns were
Irons. Okay.
yeah. My first class was there, and I think the auditorium is that side. I don't know if the
Yeah.
structure is still same. So I really like that space as well. We used to sit there. Especially in winters, Delhi University looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And the December, January is you just want to sit here outside. That used to be a big thing for me.
So any professor who made a lasting impression on you here?
I would say your name what you haven't taught me. It's been a pleasure, interacting with you today. But I think I would have to say it has to be Professor Amit Sachdeva. He still teaches here, if I'm
I'm so happy to hear.
Yeah. So, no, I actually do remember. I think he had this whole, he still, I'm sure, has this whole aura. He would bring his own chalk, and there would be a tool in which he would put his chalk and then write. And I still remember, the case studies that he used to teach. He used to teach us case studies like of Lady Gaga. He would play the Devdutt Patnaik video and connect it with, yeah. And every time I see that cricket brand SG, he would give us a case study on it, and I always remember him. I think he played a very big role in making marketing and communication interesting for me. So
That's what you are doing actually.
that's what I'm doing. In fact,
So maybe you were inspired by
I give full credit to this college for piquing my interest in advertising. In my second year,
So was this because of any society involvement also?
unfortunately, no, ma'am.
Extracurricular?
No, unfortunately, no, because I used to be a day scholar. I used to travel from Faridabad. So societies was just not, I didn't have the time for it.
Yeah. But really feasible.
It wasn't feasible. And I think in my second year, we used to have this subject of advertising.
Okay.
And we were supposed to put together, and this is 2010 I'm talking about. We were supposed to put together a presentation on any brand or something.
All right.
I had made this presentation on Kirloskar pumps, and I remember very clearly the amount of happiness that I got when I was putting together that presentation. I have literally been chasing that same happiness ever since then.
So you basically realized your potential and nurtured.
I
your
found my
creativity.
interest area. I found my interest area here.
Oh.
It was bye to economics. No offense. That day it was bye to economics, and it was advertising.
Commerce also.
Yeah, no, not really. But advertising became something that I definitely wanted to.
So then you were sure that this is what I want to pursue.
Yes. But then I realized, I got to know once I graduated that advertising doesn't pay much. So I thought maybe I shouldn't do that. There's a very practical thinking at that time. Advertising still doesn't pay. Much. So that's when I had just given the exam on a whim for GBO, and I got through. So I thought maybe SR is here. Let me do this. I actually did an internship in accountancy in international business while I was in GBO. But I was miserable in doing that.
And not your cup of.
Not my cup of tea. And then I got done with that course. I joined a digital marketing agency.
Okay.
I knew I wanted to give it a shot. I liked it. moved to a different agency, and then moved to a big creative agency, Dentsu Web Chutney. It was the Cannes Agency of the Year worldwide
Wow.
that year. And I thought I would retire from advertising, but then as life would have it, I moved to Philips as their social media lead. Yeah. And it has been, I think, it has been a journey that I'm extremely grateful for. The skill sets that I've been able to add to my arsenal, the people that I've met, it's been amazing. I don't see a lot of people in advertising from SR. Yeah. So I always used to be like, but I used to meet clients the other side who would be from SR. And whenever they would realize that I am from SR, and then it would be like, oh yeah, now you
That helped.
are the one that helped me. You are the one I will talk to. It would become. So yeah, it was, I mean, that way.
So glad to hear it.
Yes.
So the SR Connect is definitely paying off.
It does. I don't tell a lot of people. In fact, in my current organization also, of course, you don't go around telling people, yes, right? And that you are from this college. And it's been long. But when somebody stumbles upon my LinkedIn or something, and then they realize, you're from SRCC. You are, and then I think something clicks in their mind. Yeah, it makes sense. If she's doing this,
I think they also start respecting you more.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. The respect they were already giving, it feels worth it.
Or it those manifolds.
Yeah, it grows manifold. It does. It does happen. The name pays off. I think no matter how much or what I achieve in my life, studying at this college is still going to be one of the highlights.
Great. So happy to hear.
Sure.
Any message for the current students? Those who are studying, here right now. And those who aspire to join
A question on this first. Oh, do you think there has been a shift in, or there has been any way the sort of students that are coming in is changing, or the way they used to be 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and now? Do you see any difference?
There is a difference because of, one thing, generation gap is always there, which we expect.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, but now you must have realized there is another NEP curriculum in place, and now the CUVT entrance exam. So, yeah, there is a change in the composition of students also. All right. And now NEP is, pretty comprehensive. So they have a lot of papers to handle, a lot of stuff to take care of. So they're very busy. I mean, even I am from this college. So during my days, we had a lot of free time. We had tried to think. We would be done with our lectures and, we had time to think, sit back, realize today's generation is very good. But yeah, they're learning a lot. They're doing a lot of stuff. But they are definitely, I think, more burdened. I don't think they have time to sit back and figure out what they want to do actually. The way you discovered your potential, probably the society thing is helping them, nurture their other capabilities and figure out what they want to do.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they are hard pressed for time. And then, these days the culture is again very, the competitiveness has grown manifold. Yes. So after first year, kids are doing internships and all. So they are really, again, upskilling themselves in the process. Though they are busy, but they are really upskilling themselves. But yeah, I feel somewhere they don't have time to enjoy their youth, But yeah, I think this will be the story now. This is how the world is. Even we are upskilling ourselves.
We have.
As teachers, we also need to upskill every day.
Yeah. So the answer, how I'll take up from what you said. The competition has become even,
Grown.
Has grown. When I was graduating from here, and I truly think that the fact that I stumbled upon my interest area was an absolute luck. Right?
You were in the semester system?
No, we were not. It was a annual.
So pretty much, I think that would have been
Probably one of the last. Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, I was. I'm pretty sure that I was.
So was I.
So when that happened, there was digital disruption that was happening. Everything was getting digitized.
Correct.
Advertising agencies will become digital marketing agencies. And so much of digitization was happening. Right now, what we see is that the digital transformation is certainly happening, but then now AI has come up.
AI is the new challenge.
AI is the new challenge. We also see companies, whether it's the layoffs or reducing their workforce, that's happening.
Absolutely.
The message that I have, for the kids, the students who are, studying right now, is that reach out to people. Please reach out to us on LinkedIn. We'd be very happy to, help you. But try and figure out how the different industries work. Try and find as early as possible your interest areas. And you will not get it, you will not understand it if you're just going through the books and everything. See how advertising works. See how investment banking works. See how, if your interest area is you want to go and do judiciary later on or become a lawyer later on, figure it out. Talk to alumni. You've got alumni. This college has alumni in every possible field.
Absolutely.
That's a blessing. Figure out a way to reach out to these people where you have even a little bit of interest and you want to figure out, tell us what is your day like? What do you do? What are the things that you are working on? What do you think your career plan is going to be? Ask us those questions so that you know, is this something that interests you? Like when I went out of this college and I decided that I wanted to go into advertising, I had no clue about it. I went into giving an interview on advertising. Mein jana hai. Maybe I'll write because I write as well. And they said, no, but you're a commerce graduate, so you need to be in account servicing. I said, okay, I want to be in advertising, give me account servicing. I did account servicing for 7 years. And then, as probably, the life would have it, I moved here now to Philips. And now I'm writing also. I am strategizing also. But it has been a 10, 12-year journey.
Correct.
This journey the alumni can help reduce this journey for you. Right? Reach out, ask questions. I think we'll be more than happy to even get on a call and help. People, the kids understand, okay, this is what, don't be in a delusion that things will just work out.
Right.
Sometimes, because when you go out of here and you don't have something, it also becomes a very big burden. Because you're coming out of a place of excellence and suddenly you are not successful. So don't let that, it's absolutely okay, by the way, if that happens. I don't want anyone to discourage anyone, but help would be available. I think if we make a good structure to the way we organize, we reach out to alumni, we can literally have 365 days, one new industry being talked about by alumni every day.
That's a good idea.
Right? Just have it, book a room and just have, okay, today somebody this is coming, the other day somebody else is coming. Whosoever is little bit interested in knowing about it, just enter that room and ask questions.
That day there will be.
Yeah. If I have to tell somebody, if somebody is interested in, why do we not have people in advertising for NASA? Like, I didn't meet anyone, ma'am.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't meet anyone for a very long
It
time.
would have shrunk if you have got some guidance here.
Yes, that I needed to go for account servicing and not copywriting. And so then I would have developed my skill set accordingly.
All right. You must be aware that the college is heading towards its centenary. So any message for, first of all, many alumni?
Many congratulations to you. To you as the whole, to me as well. Thank you. To you, to the staff, the whole faculty and everyone, because I think everyone puts in those, it's the commitment that everyone has to the college that has made it possible that it's been 100 years. Like we're gonna tell people that my college has been here for 100 years. Imagine. It's a
Very proud mom.
it's a very proud moment, and it's a very not everyone is going to be able to say this. Something that we cherish. It's something that we are extremely proud of, and I think the message that I have is that I hope that and because we have students from every class here, privileged, non-privileged, everyone. The objective for us should be that everyone succeeds when they go out of this college. And the success that they get shouldn't take too long. And we can help them. In that. If that, because I'm sure they will succeed. They're excellent. Like they have tasted excellence, like I said. So I'm sure they will do great. But it might take time, right? So that journey, that whole duration when you might feel a little lost, that can be easily reduced because that only needs information. Very
That
little
will
information.
come forward for mentorship.
Yeah. And I think we'd be, as alumni, I'm saying it on behalf of the whole alumni, I'm sure we'd be more than happy. Know this, ma'am, that I might achieve 100 things in my life. It should be a big milestone. Studying here is still going to be one of the biggest achievements. Right? No matter who I'm talking to, my mother doesn't know what that I got a award at my workplace. He tells everyone, oh, my daughter studied with SRCC. That's going to remain. We'd be more than happy. Yeah. See, mentorship to this college, to the students of this college, who we already know have a certain level of excellence in intellect, right? Who have a excellence intellect and the right attitude. Because without right attitude, you don't come to this college. Right? So when you have those three, that trifecta, you just need to add a little bit of, okay, this is the direction.
Yeah.
Run. You just need to give them a little path and they'll run. I think alumni would be, and I appreciate a lot what I think the initiatives that have been taken in the past, few months in regards to just few months when it comes to reaching out to the alumni. I think it's it's a tremendous effort. I'm sure it requires a lot of dedication from everyone involved, from you, from the faculty and everyone. But I am 110% sure it's going to pay off manifold.
Great.
Yes.
Lovely talking to you, lovely.
Lovely talking to you too, ma'am.
Absolute delight.
So, since you are also an alumni, may I ask you a few questions
Why not?
to make it an even more interesting thing?
Go ahead.
So, when did you graduate from this college?
1994.
1994. And you were all in Eco-Honors? Eco-Honors. Eco-Honors. Yeah. Great. And you've been teaching here since then?
Yeah. No, not. I mean, after that, I went to higher studies. Yeah. So I joined this college in 2001 as permanent.
Okay. Okay. Great. And what has been your biggest, memory, the memory that you cherish the most?
As a student or as a teacher?
I'll have both actually.
As a student. Yeah. All right. We were like commerce and economics. So, you visit other colleges during festivals and even otherwise. So I would say they are so crowded. Our college was, yes, class apart.
Correct. Yeah.
And this is what I remembered. And obviously, the teaching and all here was quite good. It was very comfortable. As a teacher, it was a challenge in the beginning. Facing 50 students. Initially, we had 50 in a section. Now we have 60. So facing 50 students who are so bright, they don't even ask you anything. So I remember in the initial months, in fact, a few years, in my dreams also, I would be thinking, what will a student ask related to this? And do I know the answer? So I would keep preparing myself. It was a tough time in the beginning, but yeah, if you do it well, it gives you a lot of satisfaction.
I'm sure.
So it's very satisfying teaching here. It is very satisfying working here even otherwise. So I think it's truly my second home. I love this
The
concept.
campus is beautiful.
That's why I'm here in the
I'm just so glad that anything for SRCC, absolutely. I'm just so glad that we got a chance to have this conversation. What do you have something in mind that how alumni, like I gave you my whole 9 yards of this is what
we have a vision for this college. I mean, we wanted to be the best in terms of many spheres, infrastructure, and I think it should be perfect. Teaching, obviously, so teaching learning is to be done by professors. So the classroom should be absolutely updated, while maintaining the heritage look.
yes,
Which I love.
absolutely. Yeah.
And I want to see my college gardens absolutely spruced and everything perfect.
Yeah.
So that's what.
And how do you think the alumni is going to?
So they can, if you had it, go a lot of ways. We have a lot of constraints. As in, we have to follow the government rules, EFR rules, while spending money, which at times don't give us the optimal output. So, if we get a few things sponsored, a few things, and mentorship, of course, for our students, help them, guide them. So, something sponsored. What else can I think of? Industry Connect.
Sure.
Providing internships to our students. Yes, we want our placement cell to be the best in the university.
Correct.
It is among the best. We wanted to reach greater heights. So we have social outreach cells in the college. They are doing very well. They're doing a commendable job. So we would like some alumni to handhold them, help them, again, help them attain greater heights, which is not actually, helping the college, but helping the society.
Yes.
So, I think now we should also look at going outside SRCC and uplifting the society. So,
And if I'm
three
not
areas which I would stress upon it. Helping us with placements, helping us with our infrastructure because of the constraints that we face, and social outreach. That would be commendable.
great, now you know what needs to be done. Great. I think if I'm not wrong, we also had something. If I'm missing the name, I'm extremely sorry and apologize for it. We had a recent organization or startup that has come up out of Enactus SRCC.
Yeah,
Yes. And also Peter. Yeah, I have that part of the
I am the faculty advisor of Enactus. Absolutely. There are a few others also, Connecting Dreams Foundation and NSS, because they also are in this sphere. So all of them are working, very efficiently.
Yes.
In their own ways. But yeah,
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I think we also probably
people also came in Shark Tank.
Yes, I know. I bought the products couple of days ago. Beautifully. I know them. Yes, I do. And I was going through the website and I see and like I was very fascinated and I checked out their LinkedIn and I got through the whole thing and it was such a proud moment.
The artisans to this level, their products are being exported to the US.
And
they were proud of them.
Yes. And there was also an Amritsar connect.
We all are very proud.
Yes.
Amritsar.
So there was an Amritsar connect and I'm from Amritsar.
Oh wow.
So for me,
the project is still on, by the way.
Okay.
The classes, and they are now uplifting other articles, the other crafts, because this one is now pretty much sorted. There is a channel now only.
There's a way has been figured out for distribution.
So that's what they do, sustainable.
Yes.
No, let's build them to make them sustainable.
That's brilliant because it's the Makkah of commerce college. And if we don't put out the business, we don't have incubators, we have all of that, it's just going to give so much exposure to the students and it's doable.
And it will be a win-win.
Yeah. For the
college students, society. Yeah. After all, college is what? students, faculty, both teaching, non-teaching. Yes, absolutely very important pillars. Yeah. So, if students do well, we feel so happy. The way we feel so happy to have you here and, to thank you. Great. So again, thank you so much, Lavleen, for taking out your valuable time. Thank you. And coming here and, gracing the corridors of the college.
Yes, no, I think I'm feeling extremely privileged at this moment and grateful that I got a chance to do that. Sit, in front of you and have a conversation